from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10.
Now Richardson back to throw it. This pass left side to Downs.
Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
Now here's Brad Robbins now.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10.
At their 38. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play there from McCaffrey. 41 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
McCaffrey following the penalty. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Now Lance. That's complete out left to Ayuk. Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Richardson looking to throw. Connecting over the middle with Downs. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
On now to punt, Brad Robbins.
Taken in at the 22.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Down the left sideline. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey with career touchdown number 128. He's now tied with Marvin Harrison for number 9 on the all-time list. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
How about the vision on the run here? This one's intended to just be a straight dive up the middle. But once he gets through traffic, he sees that the open space is to the outside, so he's just going to angle himself out wide and win the race to the pylon.
Moody good with the extra point.
And it's now 14-0. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 88 yards.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the number 1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
Richardson out of the shotgun. This will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because This has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's second down.
You look at this Niner defense.
They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
Second down, here's Richardson.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Taylor. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Christian McCaffrey and his 49er teammates back onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is real.
Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the 49ers take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes the score 21-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
Now, the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild-card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front-row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
On second down, it's Richardson to throw it. He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And he's going to get a good
Running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Now a 2nd and 6.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They'll set up to run the quarterback draw.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And out will come the offense as they take over.
There's receiver Brandon Ayuk as San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 77 yards. And the 49ers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the route is on here in this first half.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Colts send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded just inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here.
He's already approaching 100 yards and has the touchdown. I'm sure on that opposite sideline right now, they're scratching their heads saying, all right, what do we do?
And the hard part is, even if you limit him to a short catch, he has that make-you-miss ability to take it for big yardage and put it in the end zone again. So trying to blanket him is very difficult, but ultimately, you've got to find a way to put him on the ground, tackle him, and he doesn't make that easy.
They're struggling with that so far.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
Sliding out of the pocket. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Niners open the lead up to 34-0. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Moody good with the extra point. And that makes this 35-0 now. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Now it's Richardson. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Colts send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fielded at about the 28. A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
Here's 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Lance. He's going to let it go again. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. 36 yards on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Colts are going to get the football back at their own 17. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Richardson. Now a short one to Gesicki. Wiggles free. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. They started on the ground with Eckler. And some room to roam now. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 down at the 39. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Another run, this time McCaffrey. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. On first down, this is McCaffrey. He'll get this down to the 48-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the 49ers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. On the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game. They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going. Moody good with the extra point, and it is 42-0. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half.
Right there, 54.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Here's Richardson to throw. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Richardson. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. First and 10, Taylor now. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Just a gain of a couple there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And this taken in by Downs. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And it's taken in at the 9. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A give, Eckler running to the right. There he goes, right side. And all the way to the opposite 48. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel with his his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the 49ers are pouring it on. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
Well, the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now the ball is free. Taylor lost it.
And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Niners get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Indy set to go on offense once more. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this way. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Richardson looking to throw this. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. So a big return there, Charles, on what was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick 6. So good hustle to get back and get him down. But, boy, that's a throw you've really got to be sure of if you're going to work the perimeter of the field.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And the 49ers are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. It'll be first and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Austin Eckler, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Now Moody for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Richardson's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Down he goes. The 49ers get there. Javon Hargrave able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And this offense on 3rd down today, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 19. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Now Brandon Ayuk ready to bring out the rest of this offense here for this upcoming series. So far he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know. We'll
throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners 1st down as he'll get this up past the 40. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game.
There he goes, left side. Austin Eckler, and across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Austin Eckler with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the 49ers are on their way to a sensational 13-0 start as they extend their lead here. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And the Colts coming out now. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Back to throw. Richardson. He finds Taylor. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch.
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. Javon Hargrave able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 42. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. That complete to Downs. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Looking to throw. Richardson. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 28. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. First and 10, it's Richardson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. 3rd and long for Richardson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And Gay knocks this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now...
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. A big play there for the Niners. 54 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll roll him out right.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
2nd and 10. Here's Lance.
Flushed out right.
A wild throw there, and it is intercepted.
Picked up by Kenny Moore.
And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Richardson. A quick reaction as he catches it off the tip.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
Back to throw. Richardson. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
One last shot for Richardson.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for San Francisco, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home